What's up everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host Mood616 and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yes, day 30 is upon us here and we've got a film here from Artsploitation they sent over to review. Now when I first got this film in the mail, I looked at the title and I automatically assumed it was like a zombie type infection type film, but that's not what we got here. And thank God, because generally I don't get that excited to review like infection / zombie films too much anymore because they're just kind of boring sometimes. But with this one right here, I looked at it and I was like, okay, read the back and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's actually not what it is. But production from 2015 just came out from Artsploitation in 2016, and we've got a film called Killbillies. Yes, now you can understand why I thought this movie was going to be like a zombie infection type film. I mean, Killbillies, let's face it. But basically what we have here is like kind of like a backwoods inbred redneck type film. And that was very refreshing to find that out. And very cool thing about this film right here, this is the very first horror film from Slovenia. Now, when I first got this in the mail, I always look to see what country they're from because that's what Artsploitation specializes in. They've grabbed these obscure films from around the world and released them here in Region 1. And so I looked at it and I was like, Slovenia? I was like, man, they don't really, I can't even think of any other horror films I've seen before. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, it actually is the only horror film, or the very first horror film released from Slovenia. So that's very cool. Is it any good? I guess we'll find out here. Premise of the film, basically about a couple models and a couple photographers. They head out to these mountains to do this photo shoot for this magazine, and they end up getting kidnapped by these redneck hillbillies and locked up in this dungeon type deal, and now they got to figure out a way to escape. And that's essentially what the synopsis of the film is. Now my thoughts on this one. I have to say this is a pretty good first offering from Slovenia. Man, this one had a lot of cool things going for it. First up, I thought the idea behind why these hillbillies are kidnapping like these city folks and stuff was actually really cool. I'm not going to disclose what they were using these people for, but I thought it was a very unique and fresh idea on the whole backwoods redneck inbred type thing. It's not like they're not just going around killing people for the sake of it. They're actually using these people for a specific reason, which I thought was very interesting. I've never really seen anything done like that before. But yeah, another really cool thing about this film was the locations. They shot up in the mountains. It looked really fantastic, really awesome, really like amazing looking scenery and stuff. I thought it was just fantastically done. Acting in the film, thought it was pretty good. I thought it was actually really well done. The main girl in this one, kind of like your final girl, I think she does a great job. She's a really strong, headstrong type character, and she fights for her life and everything, and she does a really good job in this film. I really like characters like that. They didn't downplay her because she was a model and stuff. She was like a very hardcore chick that just, was fighting for her life, and I think she did a really good job in the film. But the thing that really sticks out from this film is the gore effects. The gore effects are really fantastic in this, man. There's really awesome decapitation in this. And the end scene, holy man, just nasty, nasty gore, man. Really good gore effects. No CG, so you don't have to worry about any of that shit. But I thought the effects were like the standout point in this film. This one does take a little bit to get going. It takes about 25 minutes to get going in the film. And when it does get going, it progresses itself quite nicely, actually. I was very surprised at like how the characters kind of fell in this one a little bit, just the order and like how fast and things like that. But, ultimately it actually played out pretty cool, man. It was actually pretty, it was nice to watch, all this whole survival thing in the mountains and things like that. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, overall thoughts, man, I thought the inbred rednecks were fucking nasty looking. Really, really nasty, vicious, relentless, and just hideous to look at. Like, they were two of the ugliest fucking people I've ever seen in cinema in a film before, man. They were just hideous, but just perfect for the roles, man. It just fit it so perfect, but yeah, with all that said, man, this movie, it doesn't really bring anything new to the genre, except for that one little fresh idea that they have with the people and stuff like that. But for what it is, it actually is a pretty well-made film. Like I said, cinematography is pretty good, acting, all the technical, specs of the film are actually pretty good. I did have a slight problem with the ending, though. I'm generally a big fan of these type of endings, but with this one, it felt a little out of sorts. It felt a little out of place, which was kind of a it was kind of an oddball thing because I didn't really expect that to happen, but it just didn't seem like it needed to happen either. So, but with that said, I don't want to give too much away, but you know, it was just a strange ending, man. Man, there is some bizarre parts in this film. There's actually a part where when they're first going up to the mountain to do this photo shoot, the photographer stops off at this, these hillbillies are selling off their booze and stuff like that. And he goes to buy some, and this lady just will not sell them. She keeps calling him like a snot face and a brat and stuff like that. And it's just like the most bizarre scene ever, because when she starts laughing, she's laughing in this like totally strange, like high pitch. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. You got to see it, but it's just such an oddball scene. But yeah, you know what? I had a lot of fun with this film. Not the greatest thing in the world, but definitely far from, you know, it's definitely above average. If I had to rate this one, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed this film. I just had a lot of problems with the ending and stuff. I just didn't think it fit. I just didn't think it fit at all, and I thought that it deserved like a little bit of a better ending. So, but you know, a lot of good things. Very cool to see a horror film come out of Slovenia. Definitely give it a shot, man. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was actually pretty good for what it was. So, but yeah, if you watch this film, you're gonna totally be in agreement with me with these hillbillies, man. They are the ugliest fuckers alive. Like, I don't know if you can pick that up because it's kind of dark in here right now. But they are some ugly mofos, man. Like, real nasty shit right there. Fucking hideous, man. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it here for day 30 here on the 31 Days of Horror. And we're going to wrap it up tomorrow in day 31 with a Halloween film. So stay tuned for that review. And yeah, as usual, peace!